So I come here and I see all these wonderful projects, and it feels like you've given the book back to me. And it is just the most wonderful thing as an author to feel that. So thank you so much for all the effort. Teachers, thank you so much for the effort I know you put into this, because that's how it starts and how it happens. And then to see all your creativity in the hallways, it just blew me away. So thank you so much. Now I'm going to talk about a handful of stars, but first I'm going to tell you the things that I think helped me to become an author, in case that's something you think you would like to do someday. I grew up in a very small town in New Hampshire, and if somebody had said to me, Cindy, do you think you can be an author? I would have said no. I didn't think authors were just regular people, and I also thought maybe they had to live in a city like New York City where there are publishers, and maybe they had to grow up in a house full of books, and that's not the kind of house I grew up in. But the truth is, regular, ordinary, everyday people write books every day. And the only exciting life you have to lead as an author, you lead up here in your imagination, and you can live anywhere. You can definitely live right here in Milbridge, because it's a dream. So I think when you daydream, do you ever pretend up in your head? I think that is what's showing you what is important enough to you to write about, and that's different for everybody. So it happens for me. I'm out taking my dog for a walk, and I start to imagine things, maybe scary things, maybe funny things, characters. I pay close attention to what that's about, because it often has the seeds of a good story in it for me. Now I'm going to prove to you that I've always been a dreamer. Here's what it says on my 2nd grade report card. Says Cynthia, which is my first name, would rather stare out the window than get her work done. Anybody ever feel that way? You like to look out the window? Oh, we have so many dreamers. Very good.
Think about the middle of the story. So not the beginning or the end, but the middle. Are things getting easier and better for the main character, or harder and worse?
Harder and worse.
Right. So let's take a few of those ideas we just came up with and twist them to make a new problem.
Ooh.
I want a dog. I don't have enough money. I try a bake sale. What could go wrong, or what kind of mistakes might you make when you do a bake sale?
You're trying to make something like a smoothie with a blender.
Yeah.
And it goes all over you.
You forget to put the lid on the blender? Would that be a problem? What else could go wrong?
You're talking to your friend, you decide to sit on the table where all the all the sweets are, and you break the table.
Oh no, you sit on this end of the table and you got all the sweets, and all of a sudden the table? Good, what else?
You couldn't know how to make cookies.
You don't know how to make cookies, and maybe you make a mistake and put the wrong ingredients?
And
Or
Like, for example, what does sugar look like that you might make a mistake with?
Salt.
Would that be bad cookies?
Or your cookies aren't good and no
Your
one
cookies
buys
are
them.
good? Excellent.
if you know how to make the cookies, but when you make the cookies, you burn them.
You make me burn the cookies. Yes, one more?
May overcook like them. You're not allowed to cook, or if your parents don't have time to.
Your parents don't have time to help you. Yeah, that would be bad, right?
Yeah.
Let's do another one.
Our names are Michael Scott Layton and Alexander Paul Thompson, but you can just call us Skipper and Billy Bob. We decided to write a comedy/play, and we are very proud. But if anybody that was asking which one of us typed this, it was not us. Actually, it was Malachi Thomas.
Okay.
Doing the final draft. We did the first draft, the rough draft. We are just like Cynthia Lord, but we had one of our dearest friends edit it for us. We are both in 5th grade, and we are both 11 years old, so let's just skip to the point. Hi, my name is Skipper from Nebraska. My favorite food is grilled cheese, and my favorite animals are penguins, which makes sense because it is cold all the time. Let's just skip to the point. I heard about a handful of stars from my friend Billy Bob. I talked to Simon from Duck Dynasty, and he said he got a new plasma screen TV to tell him Billy Bob about the book.
Now raise your hand if you would choose the tree trail through the woods. Now raise your hand if you would go through the swamp. Oh my goodness, lots of swamp ones. And the ocean. Who wants to go by the sea? Very pretty. Let's see what Hamster says. He says he's going to pick, those are all good choices, but he wants the swamp trail.
Yeah.
Yes. He says the swamp trail has rocky parts, hilly parts, and a swamp to drive around. That would be an awesome adventure.
Yes.
Small town communities with multi-cultures within them. In Washington County, talking about blueberries and a little lobster fishing in summer residence. I can't think of any author that has captured in recent years the flavor of SAD 37 and in particular Milbridge, Maine, than Cynthia Lord has. And I believe that maybe some of her inspiration came from when she was starting out with Island Readers and Writers and came to our district and learned a lot about our people.
I look at you, you look at me. Can you see that I am on your side? Oh yeah. Notice when times disagree. We can find a way to make it by. Though the road is long, it isn't always clear. I know there's some way to get there from here. We can get there. Starts in the heart, way down the soul. That's the ways the seeds of love can grow. Then you realize that we're not that far apart. You can build a bridge. Starts in the heart. Cantegayo con el kiri 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 kiri. La gallina con el cara, 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 cara.
So Cynthia, 3rd and 4th grade have a little Salma of their own in the classroom that loves to do art. And she's painted this bee house for you. And for those of you that don't know the story, the main character of the book is Tiger Lily. So she painted a tiger lily on the top. And she's painted tiger lilies and bees, because bees are a main theme of the book, on the bee house, and made it very colorful, just like Selma.
Oh, I love it.
Selma, can you raise your hand? No.
You can't raise your hand? Did you paint it? Well, you should pull it up there. There you go.
Cindy was born and raised in New Hampshire, but we know that deep in her heart, Maine is where she has always wanted to be, and certainly Washington County and the outer islands that she's worked on are very dear to her heart and very dear, and she has become very dear to ours. Several years ago, IRW brought its first program to Milbridge. That was in 2012. And guess who it was? It was Cynthia Lord and her book, Touch Blue. The visit was a hit for all involved, and a really special relationship began to build between IRW and Milbridge. And we've enjoyed it ever since. And now she's written an endearing book about friendship, family, love, and loss. And it is because of Cindy's deep appreciation and love for Washington County and the children who live here that she wrote A Handful of Stars. What better place to launch this book, and I keep telling her this is the first of a worldwide tour for this book, and it happens right here at Milbridge. But it's very appropriate that we celebrate it here tonight because of her affection for all of you. This is also a special book launch for Island Readers and Writers, because if you have a copy of the book, if you look inside, you'll see that Cindy dedicated the book to Island Readers and Writers and all of the children that we serve. We now work with 25 schools on the outer islands and in Washington County, and thousands, thousands of kids, and we love it.
Nice. You know, as a writer, You do your work all by yourself. You're often in a room all by yourself, writing your books, and then you send them off. And then suddenly they go out in the world and people start to read them. And I get to come places like here, and I see the dioramas that are amazing. What thoughtful work went into each and every one of these. And I was so impressed with how articulate all the kids were as I walked around and they told me about it. These beautiful bee houses. I loved the songs that the kindergarten, first and second grade sang. When they ever walked out with bee headdresses on, my heart just went into my throat. And then I've had a chance to look over here at the research that the older kids have done. And it's amazing to see things that just came out of my head or that I noticed here in Washington County suddenly come to life right in front of me. This is like one of the most amazing moments I've ever had in my whole life, to be here with all of you and to see the care and thoughtfulness that you all put into these projects. It totally humbles my spirit. But what a wonderful day I had today. Congratulations to the teachers who put a tremendous amount of work into the book, the kids who put all their work into the projects, into singing. And thank you so much for Winans and Cherryfield Foods being here and Ark Animal Shelter. It's like the book is all around me. I was telling someone I didn't even have this many people at my wedding. So thank you so much for being here. And thank you, other readers and writers, for making this all possible. And this is what. Thank you.